Hey, Sammy Robbins here from Alive and Free Consulting, and today I want to talk to you about vulnerability. So vulnerability has changed my life, and it's changed the lives of so many of my clients. The thing that shame tells us to do is hide. Shame says hide because we think if people knew who we actually were, that they would reject us, that they wouldn't want us, and that would prove the lie that we believe about ourselves, that we're not enough. And ultimately we fear that we'll end up alone and not have anybody. But the truth is that God only makes really wonderful things. So there are so many gifts and talents and wonderful things inside of you that the world actually needs to see. There's a part of God's heart that can only be experienced through you truly. But we have pain that comes up, and we have different life situations and circumstances that happen, and we start believing that we're not enough, or we have different belief systems that people reject us, or that you have to be perfect in order to be loved, or whatever it is. And those belief systems start to shut us down. And so the power that vulnerability has is when you actually let people in to see, I'm afraid of this, and I'm going through this, and I believe that if you actually knew who I was, then you would reject me. If we can actually expose ourselves in the midst of that fear, it allows us to be seen, known, and receive love in the place that we need it the most. Because if I sit here and you share all of your dirtiest secrets with me, and I'm like, oh, I don't view you any differently, I totally get that you'd do something like that. I can relate with that too. I thought this too, and I believe this too. Then you start learning, oh, like this actually isn't that big. It's not that bad. I'm not that nasty. I'm not that gross. She's been through this too. The first thing it does is it makes you feel like you're not alone. We're so afraid of being alone. We're so afraid of being rejected, but the truth is, we're all afraid of that. We all have stuff, have pain, have nasty situations and decisions we wish we wouldn't have made. We all have it. And whenever you open yourself up and let yourself be seen, the first thing you learn is that you're not alone, that you're still wanted and accepted, and anyone who rejects you in the midst of your vulnerability actually just has that much shame and judgment over themselves, that you showing that thing to them scares them and makes them run away, not because of you, but because of their own issues and their own insecurities. But if you allow yourself to be seen and known, you actually get to receive love and compassion in the areas that you need it the most. So I hope that you start diving in to vulnerability. I know it's going to be scary. It is not easy. Your heart might start beating, you might start sweating, your chest might turn red like mine does when I get nervous. I want you to lean in and do it anyways, because you feeling seen, known, and loved and getting compassion, that is going to be the thing that changes your life.